Welcome into a new season of Higgins Hindsight. I'm Fallon Appleton, joined alongside Coach JT Higgins and Brandon Smith. Guys, your first two tournaments weren't easy tournaments. I mean, Olympia Field was a major championship host tournament, and also your field had 10 of the top 25 teams. How did you prepare for this tournament?
Well, to be honest with you, I wish we would have played something before that. The last couple of years we've had a warm-up event before we got to that one, and we performed a little bit better. Olympia Field is such a beast of a golf course. It's tough, and I think it's better for the guys if we've already played somewhere else and kind of got into a rhythm and a flow and knew what we were doing a little bit better. But they did great. Everyone battled and held their own, but like you said, it was a great field, and if you're a little bit off, you're not going to have a very good finish.
Brandon, you were tied for fourth at 2 under. You have to be pretty happy with that performance.
Yeah, it was awesome to play a championship golf course that well, just be able to keep the ball in play all week and keep my head on my shoulders for 54 straight holes. And just it was awesome to see how my game shaped up against all those good players and good teams up there.
Coach, y'all finished 7th overall. How did you prepare your team for the test that would be at Shoal Creek the following tournament?
Well, so that's the good thing about playing Olympia Fields is that it showed us some weaknesses and some things we needed to work on. The first of which, Brandon hit the nail on the head, is that we didn't do a very good job of keeping the ball in the fairway. He did, and Chandler did. They both played really well up there. And so we made a couple changes in the lineup, put in freshman Sam Bennett, very first tournament to go to Shoal Creek, who hits the ball pretty straight off the tee, and that came in handy. And that's really what we did. We just focused on hitting more fairways and playing a little bit more conservative out of the rough, having really good targets. And the guys did a great job. That second round of Shoal Creek was amazing. 11 under on that golf course. The fairways were still really narrow from the U.S. Women's Open was there this summer, and they hadn't widened it at all. So, it was tough to hit fairways, but we did a great job.
And you talk about how hard it was to hit it. It's a shot maker's golf course, so it's extremely difficult and a hard type of golf course.
Right. So and it had a lot of rough. So Bermuda rough, bent grass greens. If you hit it in the rough, you're getting flyers out of there, so it's tough to control your distance to get your numbers. A lot of times you just had to lay up and try and get your next shot out of the fairways. But we have great players, and they did a great job of putting the ball in play, and then from there we were able to attack, and I think we made 6 or 7 more birdies than the next closest team, and when you do that, you're going to win. Speaking
of great players, Sam Bennett, talk about his performance. I mean, wow.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's just from Madisonville, which I don't know if there's ever been another Division I college golfer from Madisonville, but great athlete, played basketball, baseball, tennis, and golf there. I think he's Mr. Madisonville High, whatever their mascot is, and so he's. But he did a great job. I thought he might be nervous, and he just went in and just played his game, and really through, about 49, 50 holes, he was tied for the lead. Had a really unfortunate incident. They put the members' tee markers out. They were coming to play behind us after the tournament was over, and he walked ahead of his group and went and teed off from the wrong tee marker and got a 2-shot penalty. That kind of rattled him a little bit. Really the first time all week that he was rattled, and he made a couple more bogeys coming in, so he ended up 4th. But to be in that field and on that golf course and leading the golf tournament your first time out, pretty impressive.
So on your second round, y'all had a lightning delay. How did you keep the team motivated to come out and play the next day when y'all were in the lead when the lightning delay was called?
Well, I think they were probably a little happy to come off the course. We've been out there all day. So we played 30 holes of golf that day, and it was our first 36-hole day in quite a while. And so, they handled it great. We ate dinner, went back to the hotel and met, and then we just got up early the next morning and went and hit it. I was a little nervous we might lose some momentum, but they didn't. They came out and were hitting on all cylinders right from the beginning and built a huge lead that we maintained all the way through the final round.
Brandon, from a player's perspective, how do you keep yourself motivated when you have that delay like that?
I think it's just focusing on the positives that, everything that went well the day before. And, you wake up early and you have a decent amount of time to get your mind right. And like you said, hit the ground running by the time you get out to the first tee. So it's just all about that little window of preparation right before you tee it the next day to just kind of get some positive thoughts going.
So you hit a quadruple bogey and still
I did.
Came out even par. Yeah. But you still hit even par and had a second top 10 finish for you.
Yeah.
That has to be great momentum for the rest of the season for you.
Yeah, and it was, I think the best part about it was what I was able to do after the quadruple bogey. I think a couple years ago, before I started working with our team psychologist a lot, I don't think I would have had the mental energy to keep going and make a birdie or two, or even just a couple of decent par saves coming in to put a decent score on the board for the team. So I was really proud of the way I handled the quadruple bogey and just kind of rode along for the last 4 holes of the tournament.
So you ended up winning this tournament. How are you going to take this tournament and impact it towards your next tournament, the Westheimer Intercollegiate?
Well, all we try to do all year, every year, is just keep getting better as the season goes. It's a long year. Nationals aren't until May. So we're just trying to take the things that we've done well and build on them, identify some weaknesses and some things we've got to get better on. We're going to start qualifying on Sunday, and we'll figure out what team's going and what 5 guys, and we'll head up to Dallas and get ready to play Merido. It's supposed to be a great golf course. We've never been there before. Really long. I think it could play as long as 7,600, 7,800 yards. I don't think we'll play it that far, but it could. And heard the greens are really tough to read, and it's going to be really challenging. Should be tough tests.
Why did you choose this course as your next course to go to?
It's the first year of the tournament. North Texas is the host, and they come to our event every year. And he asked me a couple years ago when he was putting the tournament together if we would come, if he found a good date for us, and it really worked well on our schedule. And so we're going to go give it a try and see what we think of it. And plus, in the fall, we try to go different places all the time. So, Alabama was new this year. Dallas is new. If we can find a good tournament to play in Texas, we'll probably keep playing it. But we also want to see different parts of the country and play in different kinds of conditions, grasses, weather, that kind of stuff.
Well, great. Well, thank y'all so much, and good luck at the Westheimer Intercollegiate.
Thank you.